So this happened as I was recording the video, but apparently Robert Downey Jr. is gonna play Doctor Doom. I'm kind of mixed on that announcement, but yeah, I guess that's a thing now. I guess we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, back to the review. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Potato Meister here once again. Deadpool Wolverine. Okay, yeah, so this is the first MCU movie I reviewed since Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And I have my reasons for wanting to review this one. I'm probably not going to review Captain America Brave New World or any MCU movie for a while. Probably not till Fantastic Four. But this one's special. I kind of have to review it. I mean, it's Deadpool Wolverine. So, now this is the third Deadpool movie overall, and it's also the first rated R MCU movie, so it's a pretty special one for a lot of reasons. But it's also the first time Hugh Jackman has played the role since 2016 Logan. I think it's 2016, yeah. He came back for this movie to work with Ryan Reynolds. It's a Sean Levy movie, by the way. Sean Levy's directed a lot of movies, Night at the Museum, Cheaper by the Dozen, lots of classics. He's a very great director. I wouldn't say this is better directed than 2, but I'll get into the movie in a minute. But now I will put a disclaimer at the very end of this video. I'll get into spoilers right after I give the rating at the very end, because I do want to mention the cameos and everything. So I feel like I kind of have to. I want to, because I'm not going to do a spoiler review. I don't do spoiler reviews on the channel really anymore. So I'm just going to get the spoilers at the very end. I think I already told Shannon some of the spoilers, but I think I told most of them. But anyway, I'm going to get to the end of the video. That'll be at the end. But anyway, so Deadpool Wolverine. I love the movie. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Obviously, I love the movie. I know some people didn't, and that's fine. If you didn't like it, okay, I don't know what to tell you. But me, personally speaking, this was the ultimate Marvel fan movie. Like, this was everything to me. Wow. I mean, where do I even begin? To start off, the writing and the story. Sean Levy, at least I think he wrote it. I don't know if he wrote it or did he write it? He did a good job directing, though. I mean, he's not as good as 2. 2 has the best direction because it was David Leitch. But this had a better story and script. Like, the heart and the emotional core were better than 2. Heck, probably better than 1's. Like, Wolverine himself really enhanced the movie. Like, his character, it's not the same Wolverine from Logan in the original movies, but his character in this was really done well. I mean, they did a great job with this Wolverine. Like, he's an original Wolverine brought in for this movie, but really well done, honestly. I loved his character in this. And man, the dynamic duo of Deadpool Wolverine, they had such good chemistry together. Like, unbelievable chemistry. Like, they just carry the movie. Like, again, there's one action sequence in particular where Deadpool Wolverine fight an army. Like, an army, I won't say what the army is, but man, that scene was just everything. The music, the soundtrack in this, just, wow. I'll put down the writers down below if I'm wrong about Sean Levy writing it, but whoever wrote it, they did a great job. It's the best script. Now, here's where I get into the negatives, though. This movie isn't perfect, man. I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10. In fact, there's 3 MCU movies I find better than this. Like, Endgame, obviously, Black Panther, and Guardians 3. I still find better than this. This isn't the best MCU movie by any means, but it's amazing for what it is. And I'll get into the negatives here now. So, before I get into more positives, because I love praising this movie, I gotta say, like I said, the action sequences, the heart is there, the story is engaging, it's just, the cameos, the freaking people that show up, I'll get into the end of the video. At the end of the video, I'll tell you who shows up. But, man, just, the fan service, the violence, the cursing, everything, I just loved it beginning to end. The jokes, almost all, there's one joke in particular that didn't land, and I'll get into that in a minute, but man, most of the jokes just landed. Deadpool's still hilarious. He's still as funny as he was in the first 2 movies. They don't back down with the jokes. It's just glorious. I mean, again, Deadpool Wolverine carried the movie. Like, their chemistry and their relationship carry the movie. You get a lot of that, and it's just great. But yeah, I really dug this movie a lot. I hope it stays in theaters for a while because I'm definitely gonna go try to see it again. It's definitely my favorite movie of the year. Like, it topped Bad Boys Ride or Die for me just because of the cameos alone were insane. Like, I'll get into that in a minute at the very end. But, bro, the cameos, the people that showed up in this, are just like, how did they do that? Like, they actually did it. Like, bro, it's crazy. But, not counting the cameos, again, the movie itself is still good, even if you were to cut the cameos out. Like, there's still an emotional core and a great thing there, even without the fan service. Like, it's just, the fight scenes are great, and it's glorious to watch. And there's good emotional core there, good character development for Deadpool Wolverine. It's just beautifully well done, and I love it. I don't think Sean Levy's ever going to top this movie. This is his best movie, bar none. Like, and he's made a lot of good movies. I haven't seen Free Guy yet, but okay, the one movie he made on Netflix with that one kid, what was it? It's the one with Ryan Reynolds. It's a time travel movie. That one's okay. I'll put the title down below. It's okay. It's pretty good. For the most part, Sean Levy's only delivered bangers, though. Like, I think he's a pretty great director. And this solidified him as, like, a peak director. Like, I think Night of the Museum is probably his second best movie, the first one. I haven't seen the rated R movie he made back then. He made another rated R movie before, but I didn't see it yet. Cheaper by the Dozen's awesome. Again, he's made a lot of classics, a lot of great movies before this, but this is easily his best. Like, without question, it's his best one. Like, I don't see how you can argue that. Like, without question. He's never going to top this one. Like, this was... I guess it's slightly better than Deadpool 2. Again, Deadpool 2 and 3 go back and forth for me. I think Deadpool 2 is better directed and has better action, but this had a more emotional core to it and a lot more fan servicey moments. So, for that, it's a little better. And again, it had Wolverine. So Wolverine's addition to this definitely helps it out. But, alright, so here's where I get into the negatives. I don't have much as far as nitpicks and negatives go, but I'll say the biggest problem with the Deadpool movies, and this sucks, is she's the best villain of the three villains, but the Deadpool villains just suck. Legitimately, like, I don't know why Deadpool can't get a good villain. Like, Cassandra Nova's fine, but she's not gonna be memorable. Like, she has some menacing, cool moments that are cool. They tried so hard to make Cassandra Nova good. Like, they tried so hard to make her good. But, like, man, by the end, I'm just like, I felt nothing for her. Like, I'm just like, okay. Like, bro, all three of the Deadpool villains have sucked. The Fire Kid in 2 and Francis in 1. Like, all three of the villains are just like, okay, like, what? What is the point of them? Like, quite literally, they're just progressing the plot. Okay. Like, bro, when I'm comparing a Deadpool villain to, like, a Black Panther villain, or, like, a Spider-Man villain, or an Iron Man villain, or any of the other heroes, like, Thor's villains are even better. Even Malik, I mean, Guardians villains, you know, there's just so many better villains in these MCU movies. And it's like, bro, why is Deadpool getting the short end of the stick? Like, I get he's an anti-hero, but like, why can't you make a good villain for him to fight? Quite literally. None of the villains he's faced have been, like, truly memorable. Cassandra Nova got close. Like, there was potential for Cassandra Nova to be compelling. But, like, they don't really make her that compelling. She's just kind of generic as crap. Like, even more generic than, like, Ronan or, like, the Malika from Thor 2. I mean, I just don't really feel like she's just as typical, I gotta take over the world, I gotta destroy the universe. There's not much to her character, bro. She's just, I wanna do evil stuff kind of thing. I mean, there's not much to her character than just chaos and being evil. Like, she's just, I'm evil. That's her whole character. I'm evil. I'm just a badass. I'm evil. I'm like, what? Like, that's all she is. I don't know. Deadpool 2's villain also had potential. Like, they had potential with the Fire Kid. I always forget his name. I'll put the name down below. But yeah, he had potential to be a great villain too. It's just like, I don't really care about him that much. Like, I'm not compelled by him that much. Like, I don't know. Why is Deadpool getting the short end of sticks when it comes to villains, bro? I hope in Deadpool, the next movie, Deadpool 4, whatever they call it, like, I hope that they actually give him a good villain to fight, because, like, his villains have been lacking, bro. 3 of them in a row. Like, how do you butcher it 3 times? Like, I don't know. I get she's not the focus of the movie. It's about Deadpool and Wolverine's relationship, and the epic fan service and the epic stuff that they do. I understand. It's about the jokes. It's about the humor. It's about the action. I understand that. But, like, why can't Deadpool have a great villain, too? Like, why can't you just give him a great villain to fight? Like, bro, first of all, I gotta tell you, they were gonna have Mephisto be the villain in this. Like, can you imagine? Like, this movie would have been, like, 10 out of 10 if Mephisto was the villain. Like, if he was the villain, this would have been, like, the best thing ever. Like, bro, Mephisto's really compelling and great. Like, you could have had the best MCU movie right here. Instead, you gave us Cassandra Nova, which is a character nobody's going to give a crap about in 10 years. Like, nobody's caring about Cassandra Nova. Oh my god, Nova was so great. No, nobody's going to say that. I don't know. But again, that's... my major problem with the movies is the villain. Yeah, that's about it. I'll get into some other stuff at the end, which is the spoiler stuff. But that's my major problem with the movie is Cassandra Nova. I think everything else I feel was great, but the villain, again, Deadpool villains just suck. I don't know why. Like, he's just cursed with bad villains. Like, bro, I guess she's the best, quote, best, because she has cool moments doing evil stuff to the characters, okay? She's necessarily torturing the characters, cool, but as a character, I'm saying as a character, she's flat. She has nothing going for her other than, I'm evil, I gotta do evil things, oh my gosh. I'm like, bruh. I guess you can make it compelling, or she's getting revenge because of her brother, and I don't know. They don't really explain her story that well. Like, she's just a flat evil villain. Like, I'm evil. I don't know. But again, she's not terrible. I just think she's okay. Like, I don't know. None of the Deadpool villains have been great. That's all I gotta say. But other than her, though, the rest of the movie is awesome. The fight scenes are pretty cool. The freaking the music is fire. The comedy is still great. It's just a wonderful time, and I think everybody who has a common brain cell will enjoy this thing. It's just, again, it's my fourth favorite MCU movie. I put it slightly above Guardians 2, and again, I'm going to get into more stuff here in a minute. I've already, yeah, the movie is just great. Got great writing, just wonderful. Loved it. 9.8 out of 10. Just, yeah. Boss to the core, honestly. Best MCU movie since No Way Home and Guardians 3. Yeah. Right there with those movies. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be hard. They pretty much played all their cards now. If No Way Home didn't play all their cards, this definitely played all the cards they have. I don't see a Marvel movie beating this one. Like, for a while. Maybe Secret Wars, but maybe Fantastic Four. I'm going to see Fantastic Four because I love Fantastic Four. I own both the first two movies. I don't own Fan 4 Stick because that's like a terrible movie. Why would I own that? But I'm going to see Fantastic Four because I love Fantastic Four. I grew up with them and they've meant a lot to me. So I'm going to go see the new movie when it comes out. But I'm not seeing Captain America Brave New World, which, I mean, I might. I'm 50-50 on that movie. I might go see it if everybody loves it. But, like, as of right now, I'm just not interested in that one. And that's saying a lot because Deadpool Wolverine was awesome. But Deadpool Wolverine was so standalone that I feel like it just didn't get me hyped for Captain America Brave New World because they're separate movies. Like, this is in a separate universe. It's not really part of the MCU. So, yeah, I don't know. Not really hyped for that one at all. But I'm not here to talk about Captain America Brave New World. Okay. Now that I gave the rating and talked about my general thoughts, let's get into some of the people that showed up here. So, it's insane. Like, okay, so first off, okay, again, this is spoilers. If you don't want to get spoiled, please click off the video. This is the end of the video. I've already gave my rating and my general thoughts. So this is spoiler territory now. So, Henry Cavill shows up as Cavalry, which was like a nice addition. I hope they give Henry Cavill a full role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe at some point, but still, a great little tidbit of fan service that was just awesome. I loved it. They have a scene with a small Wolverine, comic accurate Wolverine, which was pretty funny. Yeah. If you've seen the movie, you know what you want me to talk about. So, Deadpool Wolverine are in this cave, right? And 3 people walk in. So, Jennifer Garner as Elektra. Wesley Snipes as Blade. And fucking Channing Tatum as Kim. When I tell you, I couldn't even believe it. I knew there was rumors they might be in the movie, but to see them actually walk into the movie was just, man, like, that was everything. Like, let me tell you. And of course, Daphne Keane is but she was already in the last trailer. They showed Daphne Keane came back as X-23 from Logan. That was also awesome. Kind of wish she wore the Wolverine suit and was called Wolverine 2. We could have had an epic... I mean, she was still in the movie, so who cares? I'm still glad she showed up, but... So a nitpick, a smug nitpick, but... I think that's all the major cameos I've covered. Okay, Chris Evans came back as not Captain America, but as Johnny Storm, which was an epic surprise. I didn't expect that. That was cool, like, legit. I was screaming in the theater when he said "flame on," flame on. He freaking flies into the freaking air. Like, I was like, here's another nitpick I have with this. I feel like they should have had all the Fantastic Four in it, not just Johnny Storm. But I get it; it was easy to get him because they already had him. Like, they already had him play Captain America, so getting him back was probably easy. But I don't know. I would have had all of them in it. I get it. It's probably easier than having all four of them come back. It would have cost less to do. So okay. Another thing is, okay, you have all these cameos, but you don't include Daredevil. They basically say, oh, well, Daredevil's dead, so we can't have him come back. No Ben Affleck Daredevil. And the biggest problem, no Ghost Rider, no Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, which, I get he was a Sony movie, but, like, you had Blade, and he's a New Line Cinema movie, not a Fox movie, so what was the problem? You couldn't ask Sony to use Ghost Rider? Well, what's the problem with Ghost Rider? Another version of Ghost Rider showed up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but you couldn't have Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage was too busy? Well, what's going on? Like, okay. I just feel like if you're gonna have all these cameos and people show up, you should have went all out. Like, you should have had Ghost Rider and Daredevil. I'm sorry, but like, what? That's another nitpick I have with it. The biggest problem is the villain. The second biggest problem is no Ghost Rider and Daredevil. Like, if you're gonna have all these characters in it, then go all out. Like, have everybody in it. Like, it feels like they're missing out of the movie. Like, what? Like, why weren't they in it? Like, okay. I don't have much of a problem with Fantastic Four, because at least Johnny was in it. Like, okay, at least one of them showed up. You had a cool, what was it? In Multiverse of Madness, you had that cool cameo with John Krasinski as, you know, Mr. Fantastic, which was great. So you didn't need all the Fantastic Four in this, and they're getting their own movie soon anyway, so okay, that's fine. It was just for fan service. But to not include Daredevil and Ben Affleck Daredevil when you have Jennifer Garner Elektra, and to not include Ghost Rider, who was iconic, like, his movies were iconic, like, what? Like, I just feel weird. Like, if you're gonna have Blade and all these people show up, like, why couldn't you have them? I don't know. Maybe Ben Affleck maybe they tried to ask Ben Affleck and Nicolas Cage. They were just too expensive to get in. I don't know. Or maybe they're saving them for another movie like Secret Wars or a Ghost Rider movie. I don't know, but like, I would have went all out, personally speaking. Like, if you're gonna have all those people show up, then you gotta go all out. I just feel like they're missing out of the movie. Again, that's not me saying the movie's bad. It's just like, I don't know. I would have allowed everybody show up. I would have had this been like the Fox Endgame, have everybody show up. But hey, whatever, it's fine. I think that's all the people that showed up. Yeah. Okay, I didn't cover the army scene, so I said earlier in the review. If you're at this point, then you really got spoiled. So I said in the review, Deadpool Wolverine fight an army. What I didn't say is that Deadpool Wolverine fight an army of Deadpools. Which is just insane. Like, that scene is just crazy to me. Now, of course, they all get back up, and, you know, it didn't matter, because they can regenerate, so yeah, them slicing them up to bits didn't matter. And then Steve comes in, the mustache guy comes in and saves the day, because everybody loves Steve. Or, did I say his name right? I hope I said his name right. So, yeah, that happens. Wolverine puts on the mask and fights them all, which was awesome. I love him wearing the mask. It was amazing. I know people complain, well, why didn't Wolverine wear the shoulder pads while he's doing that? And I'm like, dude, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's still epic. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever. Bruh. You guys can't be satisfied sometimes. Jeez, dude. But then we get the emotional, epic sacrifice scene towards the end, which was really nice. I teared up a little bit. I really got emotional in that scene. It shows their character development. I know people are going to complain because they come back to life a few minutes later. But it enhanced their characters. I feel like they really became true heroes in that moment. Like, yeah, it was nice. I really love that moment. Overall, guys, Deadpool Wolverine is a fan treat. Like, it makes me want to go back and rewatch all the old movies now, like all the old Fox and Sony movies. It just, yeah. This is basically Deadpool Wolverine No Way Home, like essentially. Yeah. Really great fan servicey moments that I love. I know some people are against fan service, but Deadpool Wolverine, I feel, did it great. Like, it didn't overshadow the plot of the movie. Like, they were there to just serve the movie. They weren't there to be overshadowing the movie, I feel. They were used just enough. Like, especially Channing Tatum Gambit. I can't get over that. Like, finally. You have no idea how much I wanted to see that on screen. The fact that they finally did it, it's just, it's so great. I don't know how you could watch that and not be happy. Like, literally. Like, that is the most fan servicey epic thing you could have done, is having Channing Tatum become Gambit. Like, I love this movie. I'm gonna rewatch it multiple times. It is truly a fan delight. It is, from the fight scenes to the emotional core to the writing, it's just, yeah. Okay, one more nitpick I'll say. I didn't cover this at the beginning, but because it was kind of a spoiler. But yeah, Deadpool, while he's talking to the army, he's like, he has this is the one joke in the movie I feel didn't land because, well, yeah, he says, oh, we're doing the multiverse stuff and it's getting old. It was funny, but like, at the same time, it's kind of like Deadpool. This movie is literally a multiverse movie. Like, why are you making a joke about it when you're literally doing it? I get it. It was obligated. The multiverse story was the only way this movie could have made any sense. But like, if you're making a joke about it, well, it's like Deadpool. You're literally doing it though. Like, this movie, I guess it was supposed to be an ironic joke, like, you know, like, oh, we're doing it, but I think we should stop, kind of thing. Like, oh my gosh, why are we doing this? We need to stop doing it. I guess that was kind of the point of the joke, but the joke doesn't land. It's kind of falling flat because you're doing it. Like, the movie is a multiverse movie, Deadpool. So, the joke's not as funny. It would have been funnier if you had said, listen, I know we're doing it. If you had worded it better, like you said, if you had said, listen, I know we're doing a multiverse movie, we need to stop, please. Like, please, can we stop after this? Like, if he had just worded the joke better, I think it would have landed better. Just the way he worded it is just like, let's stop the multiverse stuff, please. Like, I just feel like the joke could have been written better, I guess. As it stands, it's still okay, but it's the weakest joke in the movie. Because Deadpool, you're literally doing that in the movie. Like, it's not that... Like, what? I don't know. But anyway, guys. Even with my nitpicks, this movie is still awesome. Like, it's not a 10 out of 10, but for what it is, it's amazing. I truly loved it. Every bit of it. Even the joke that didn't land, even Cassandra Nova being weird. even Ghost Rider and, you know, even with my nitpicks and negatives, I don't care. This movie's amazing for what it is. Like, for what it is, it's awesome. I love it. I'm gonna rewatch it again. So, yeah. Pretty kick-ass movie. Go watch it. I recommend it. I think that covers everything. Okay, nice for signing out.